December 14th, Thursday, 7:30 in the morning, here in Colorado. And it's ironic because this is the first morning in a very, very long time I almost had to fight to come over here to do this. I love Mercury in retrograde, don't you? Has nothing to do with it. That's just what the world likes to say about this time frame. But it was an actual struggle, almost a forced effort to come here. And I put it into prayer, and of course all of that forcedness went away, that humanness stepped aside, the space was cleansed, and here I sit now, calmly, peacefully, and joyfully, looking forward to doing this reading for you this morning. Last 3 hours have been kind of unique. You know how I like to let that world, whatever come out. But it was. Had a vision dream earlier today. And it was one of those, you know, when you fall asleep, it's like you cannot move. I fall asleep in my recliner, but you cannot move. It's like your arms are frozen. And it's a dream in which you know you're dreaming, but you can't change the dream, nor can you pull yourself out of it. Even if you're asking to be released from the dream has to finish so that the message can be told. I get a lot of those. I had one this morning, and it's part of why I had to get past that to come here today. So I'm going to take the message to heart, big time, and carry on, as they say. So kind of makes you go, ooh, gotcha, God. Yeah, it's a wake-up call. It's the epiphanies that happen, and they can often set you back or set you free. So this morning, I'm going to be using the regular Angel Tarot deck created by Doreen Virtue and Radleigh Valentine, of course, published by Hay House. And it's like, hi. Love it when those happen. They really make you stop and go, ooh. I'm kind of curious how this reading is going to turn out today because of that. It snowed here last night. When I got up and kind of looked out in the dark, there's a street lamp at the back of my property. And always look at it, and it kind of had this little shimmer when I was looking out in the dark. And I was going, dang, did it snow? Don't remember there being any snow in the forecast. Well, it did. Very lightly, not a whole lot, but enough to cover everything in that wonderful blanket thing, you know? Very pretty, actually. Kind of gives you that Christmassy kind of feeling. There's the first card. Heard that right away. And no, I'm not going to be sharing my epiphany dream vision any further. That one was for me. Wow, was it ever. Cards are coming up just left, right, and center here. Interesting. Yes, I know, I say that word a lot. Haven't heard stop yet. Really? Okay. I know you can't see that, but the cards started to go slower and slower and slower instead of faster, faster, faster as we were like releasing them from one hand to the next. And I got told, Monica's the very last card. Love it. Alrighty, so we've got a 6 card reading. Hey, it's not an 11. And as you know, I put these into prayer, always ask for the greater good. And let us see indeed what God, His Son, Holy Spirit, our amazing and wonderful angels, our guides, and our loved ones have to say for us on this terrific Thursday. And we're going to start with the Major Arcana. And I'm laughing because on Facebook, just a few minutes before getting ready to do this, there was a question about this particular topic, which I find most fascinating, that came up on my page. and on someone else's page, and we were having a little mini discussion about it. So the first card, God, I love you. First card, ego, major arcana card. A false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. One of the things I always loved about Dr. Wayne Dyer, he had an expression, ego, E-G-O, edging God out. Now, we all need a sense of ego, I guess. It's part of who we are. But when we allow ego and our humanness and our arrogance and our vanity to stand in the way of divine guidance because we think we got it covered, well, how's that working out for you? It's not working out for you. And that's where ego, that motivator of fear that comes from a sense of lack, because we feel like we're lacking something or someone, or that we didn't do enough, or that we did too much and it wasn't appreciated. Those are all ego. And ego is literally fear-based because it comes from lack. That includes guilt, regret, worry, all of those things when we don't feel that we're worthy enough, or that we have, we deserve more. I hear that a lot. Well, I deserve it. Well, do you? It's a false sense of entrapment. You're not trapped by anything. As a child of God, the universe is literally yours. You're not trapped by anything except your own ego. When we focus on the material things, it's like, makes me feel better when I buy a better car than my neighbor. It makes me feel better when I buy a bigger house than my brother or sister. It makes me feel better when I brag about my bank account. All that crap. When we focus on those things instead of finding peace with our neighbor, instead of finding calm and love with our siblings, with our parents, instead of finding value in the simple things in life, when we focus on the material, it's not lasting. When we focus on the peace and the calm and the bliss and the joy, this lasts forever and multiplies quicker than any car, any home, or any bank account can ever do. So, let go of ego. Stop edging God out. We have another major arcana. Second card. This is the end of a phase or a situation. This will be a spiritual transformation for you once you seek the peace and let that edging God out ego step aside. When we release that, when we release the drama, when we release the worry, when we release some relationships, I just heard that, and it's time to move on. Move on with grace. Send them love, send them light, but it's time to move on. If there's someone in your life that is dragging you so down that every time you're in contact with them, it's negative, 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 and you have to fight for days or hours or months or weeks, whatever, to build yourself back up again, to be strong again, it's time to cut the cords and move on. We do have a tendency to let our thoughts and our intellect get in the way too, because the Three of Air is talking about great sadness, and it takes time to heal, and the need to forgive yourself or others. This is also part of the release. Release the guilt, release the fear, release the worry, release the anxiety. I'm really hearing this is involved with the decision you had to make about a loved one's passing. Know that what you did is okay. Know that what you did was the right thing to do. Know that if you couldn't be there or you thought they didn't hear your last words of love, they did. I'm hearing it really about life support. Give them the grace to leave this earth in peace, is what was done by that decision. And don't remember that flatline tone, because that's what I'm hearing. That's not how they want you to remember them. Don't hear that flatline tone in your heart or your head anymore. Hear their laughter, hear their joy, hear there's a song. It's like a sing, if you will. They used to love music. I don't know where this is coming from this morning, but it's remember them singing. I'm like in the kitchen, or like they're working in the tool shed, or working in the garage on the car. It's almost like a man, but I'm also hearing singing in the kitchen. Um, Remember that tone and hold that in your heart, not the flatline tone. Next card. Take a deep breath. This is also a good time where you will get the extra little gifts of time or money or support or effort or friendship. Someone's coming by to help, just to listen, to help you eliminate some of that pain, to take some of that burden off your shoulders. I literally see someone ringing your doorbell, like bringing you a cake or something, or food, or inviting you out to lunch. Go. Get out in the fresh air as well. The sixth of earth is talking about all your earthly matters, things that make us survive on this planet. There are new career opportunities coming for you. I am hearing you'll get like word of that now. It is going to lead into 2018. Um, it's almost like a gift, and I don't mean like a lottery gift, but it's like you're getting the opportunity to pay off some credit cards, pay off a loan, receiving a loan, being able to get that burden off your shoulders. I feel like that's a biggie. Um, I don't know if it's court related, but I literally saw like the scales of justice just now, like people running up the courthouse step, some kind of settlement, estate, something. But it gives you the opportunity. I know my hair's driving me crazy this morning. It gives you the opportunity to get your burdens gone that are financial burdens to you. So this is interesting, and that I'm just like literally feeling that's taking place today. And of course, we have another major arcana, another amazing reading. And when that transpires, when that let go happens, when that okay, got it feeling happens, we're talking about the magician, because you're ready. You have the resources, you have the ability, you have the smarts. I'm hearing you have the smarts to manifest those things that are truly necessary to get you going to where you need to be. It's like, here you go. Let's sprinkle your garden a little bit more with some gold coins. Life is magical. It's like everything starts to literally fall into place. But again, get ego out of your way so that this can take place. Like, don't let the doubts and the fears and the worries stop it. Because when you stop and let go, and those things start to fall into place that are divinely guided and divinely timed, then you'll see that you're okay. And last but not least, okay, sixth of water. The water suit is an emotional suit. It talks about the emotions we carry with us throughout our lives. And it's Christmas time, so I'm sure that memories from your childhood and things that you're doing now with your children are coming to surface. It's like I'm hearing old songs sung by your parents you're now singing to your children. Old traditions of Christmas time and celebrations are things you're now doing with your children. Remember those. That's a legacy that's being passed down to you. It's those little things. Christy Jordan, owner of Southern Plate, love her to death. Beautiful heart, beautiful attitude, and great cook. On her page yesterday, she was like, what special things do you carry as a Christmas tradition? And it just brought back good memories to me yesterday. And so I'm sharing that this is part of what's going on with you as well. Don't romanticize the past so much that it becomes a fairy tale. You know, your kids have heard it all too often. Well, when I was your age, one of those. So don't romanticize the past so much. I love it when, oh heck, we used to grow up this way all the time. When our parents would tell us, yeah, well, I had to walk to school 2 miles uphill both ways, um, to indicate the hardships they had, to make ours seem less. So that's a bit of exaggeration. So don't exaggerate the past. Don't romanticize it so much. I grew up in the 50s and the 60s, and, I like to tell people a lot, well, life was better back then. Well, not really. Uh, Maybe a little simpler. Simple's not bad. But when you take a look at the advantages of the last 60 some odd years and where we are today in comparison, do I like the fact that I grew up on a dairy farm? Yes. Do I like the fact that I fell asleep in the hay? Yes. Did I like the fact that I scared my mother to death when I did that? No. um, we didn't have central air conditioning. We didn't have internet access. The power would go out a lot. We had to chop wood to cook on. No, we didn't have to pump water in the kitchen sink, but if that pipe froze, then yes, you would. Did I like going down in the root cellar with all of the spiders? No. Um, but I'm not going to romanticize the past, but it was beautiful memories as a child growing up. And I think a lot of our children today have no clue what that would even be like. So this one's really telling me, celebrate your memories, but don't exaggerate them. It's literally where that one's coming from. Wow, rather unique, don't you think? This is a different kind of a read this morning, but I was told to close it, so I am. If you'd like a personal reading from me, please visit my website. We do them via email, we do them via Skype, we do them via Facebook web call, we do them by conference call if we have more than one person getting together, because I do group readings as well. So on my website, houseofangelcardreadings.com, please go to the readings page. You'll see something there for everyone. If you visited my website before, you will also notice that I added a brand new page that is accessible for you, and it is the energy healing. Please check it out and see if it's something that you would be interested in receiving. Have a beautiful day today. I'm going to cut this kind of short, simply because I still have that whole epiphany thing going on. So I'm going to wish you a beautiful day, a terrific Thursday. Thank you as always for watching, for sharing, for subscribing, and for visiting me on Facebook. Walk in peace. Get ego out of the way. Namaste.